M.V. Melcer is the author of science fiction novels Refractions and Inversions. Her short fiction has appeared in Clark's World, Giganotosaurus, and others. Born in Poland, M.V. has lived in the USA, the Netherlands, and Belgium before settling in the UK. When not writing, she is pursuing a degree in astronomy. Take it away.
Hello, I'll be reading, as it says, from Inversion, which is part of a duology of Refractions and Inversions. It is a duology, but these are two standalone books, so they can be, as it says, read separately. Inversions now is coming out on the 14th of August. So, and I think I'm the only science fiction reader here, so let me start with A Strange World. Well, not really strange, right? Because it's near future, so partly set in a world just after barely recovered from climate change, but it's still ongoing, and more about it maybe later. Elizabeth Lake, proceed to the interview room. She's been waiting for the call, and still the soft, inflectionless voice makes her shiver. She gets up, resisting the urge to wipe her palms on her trousers. She's alone in a wide hallway, but those tiny dimples in the ceiling may be cameras. Every move she makes now might matter, every gesture. She draws a sharp breath and moves to the frosted glass door. This is it. The future will be decided in the next 10 minutes. Everything she's worked for concentrated into these final moments with the selection committee. The door slides open before her, letting out the previous candidate. Dark hair and golden brown skin, his face only vaguely familiar. He avoids her glance, his lips pursed into a tight line. Not a good sign. Liz looks away, fighting to keep her focus. He might have failed, but that means nothing for her chances. She keeps her head high as she enters the Hyde Healing's room, its walls pearly white except for the double arrowhead logo of the Aspire Academy opposite the door. A C-shaped table of milky glass faces a lonely chair at its focus. 5 people watch her from behind a table. The heads of the engineering and astronomy department sit together at one end, Dean and a thesis supervisor on the other. Somewhat in the middle are Dean Solik and a thin-paced man she doesn't recognize. His name doesn't matter, though. One look at his clothes tells her all she needs to know. A long, tailored jacket of steel blue silk worn over matching shirt and trousers. Soft, embroidered shoes not meant for treading on stone ground. This man is from the Unger, descended from orbit to interview the candidates, desperate to join him there. It takes all her self-control to keep her knees from folding under her as Liz crosses the short distance and lowers herself into the chair. The Yunju man smiles thinly, his gaze apprising, probing, searching for folds under her skin. A drop of sweat slides down her back. Everything she's worked for will depend on his word, her entire future. Dean Solik taps the projection glass surface of the table. Elizabeth Lake, a double doctorate from heliophysics and magnetospherics. Interesting combination. Looking at your grades, though, maybe you should have gone for depth instead of breadth. Liz winces. The double speciality was supposed to be an advantage, not a liability. Miss Lake's grades are above satisfactory, Dr. Anders says. We don't care for satisfactory, Solik says, and the Yunju man next to him nods. We're only interested in exceptional. Liz's mind is reeling. She's in the top 5% of the graduates in both profiles. Not enough. The entire point of the academy is to find the best of the best, those good enough for the elite jobs in orbit. Top 1% at most. She was never going to make that. She's smart, but not brilliant, and at 32, her mind is no longer as nimble as it used to be. Her gamble was choosing a double speciality. Has she made a wrong bet? The thin-faced man from the Yunju stretches his lips in another half-smile. We are indeed only interested in exceptional. Are you exceptional, Miss Lake? Liz bites her lip. She's not done yet. It's been a gamble, and she'd be damned if she pulled it before playing her hand. Yes, I very much am. Not because I'm another 1%er. The Academy churns those every year. But none of them can help you the way I can. You need me. The Yunju man leans back, one brow inching its way up his forehead. But when he speaks, he doesn't like surprised. Is that so? Liz pulls a slow breath, her voice settling into something close to confidence. My previous career has told me that there are few problems a single speciality can solve. The solutions often hide in the interstices. That's why I chose my fields. Heliophysics, to forecast the types and severity of solar events. Magnetospherics, to study the interactions between the storms and the radiation belts. We're at solar maximum. Sooner or later, it's bound to destabilize the belts. That's why you invited me to this interview. Because you need me. She holds the man's gaze. He tilts his head. His smile falters, then reappears like a snake slithering over his face. You make some good points, Miss Lake. But tell me, which is it for you? Are you hoping to build a future in Yunju? Or are you simply trying to get away from your father? A gasp escapes her lips before she can stop it. He knows. They know. Of course they do. The Yunju security was bound to find out. They've seen through her even after she's gone through the troubled legal nightmare of changing her name twice, just so she could disappear. All the others are studying her now, examining her like she's the last tiger left in a closing zoo. Only Dinsolik shows no surprise. How long has he known? Is he the one who warned the Yunju, or... It doesn't matter. They all know now. She tried to run, but she's back in that same old trap. It's a small kindness that neither Dinsolik or the Yunju man speak her old name. At least she won't have to face the moment when the others' curiosity turns to disgust and hate. Dr. Ender has been kind to her. Will her teacher regret that now, when she finds out whom she helped? Liz's fingers curl into fists. Get. She's worked too hard. This will not end in yet another defeat because of him. She lifts her head and stares at the Yunju man, who still hasn't given her the courtesy of a name. I'm not my father. If you know anything about me, then you know that I hate everything he stands for. That's why I'm here, why I've changed my name, why I want a new start as my own person. Yes, I'm running away, and so is everybody else. This planet is dying, the Yunju is a dream we all chase. I just have one extra reason not to want to leave. You can say it makes me even more motivated. Your other candidates may consider a return. I don't have that option. The man nods. His gaze loses focus, his lips twitching as he vocalizes a conversation. He's talking to someone he can see on his lenses. Liz holds her breath, her lungs bursting with air and anxiety. The man nods imperceptibly. Then his gaze refocuses. Congratulations, Miss Lake. We've approved a temporary apprenticeship. You'll have 6 months to prove that you really are as indispensable as you claim. Thank you, and I'll be giving copies of both novels to one reader. Thank you.